EU leaders believe Boris Johnson plans to rip up key elements of the Brexit deal he signed last Christmas and go back to the negotiating table. According to a senior political analyst, relations between Britain and Brussels remain tense after the UK announced it was unilaterally extending a series of grace periods to allow businesses in Northern Ireland more time to adapt to post-Brexit rules. The move has infuriated the EU, which accused the UK of breaching commitments Mr. Johnson signed up to in the Northern Ireland Protocol of the EU withdrawal agreement. There is no appetite in Brussels to renegotiate the protocol, which has led to the disruption of goods movements between Britain and Northern Ireland. But political expert Mojtaba Rahman said EU leaders now believed Mr. Johnson was trying to move into a position from which he can ditch the accord. Mr. Rahman, who has worked at the European Commission's Directorate General for Economic and Financial Affairs and at the UK Treasury, said, the EU is coming around to the view that Boris Johnson and David Frost's ultimate objective is to create a context that allows them to argue the protocol doesn't work and must be revisited, renegotiated or scrapped. A radicalized DUP, far from being a problem for government, is a weapon 10 Downing Street can use to achieve changes to it they seek. The EU also believes the government's tough approach is serving the Tories' electoral interests and Frost's personal career ambitions well. Why would it change? But Mr. Rahman, who is now the European Managing Director of the Eurasia Group Consultancy, said there were two sides to every story and that British officials rightly point out that Brussels and the EU capitals have never wanted Brexit to succeed. He said, a combination of Ursula von der Leyen, Emmanuel Macron and historically Donald Tusk's previous statements show how corrosive the EU's narrative towards UK has been. Theresa May sought deeper relationship with the EU and was roundly humiliated by them. Officials on both sides acknowledge this. Is it any wonder Johnson-Frost concluded only a tough approach can work? The government thinks EU has ended up with relationship it deserves.